Hey guys, what's up?
How is it going, peeps?
We are That Horror Couple. I'm Kaylee Kaylin Horror and
I'm Rob James.
we are back with more American Horror Story.
Oh, episode 4.
Season 10, episode 4, Blood Buffet.
Oh, we got a prequel episode today.
Yes, it was so good.
We are actually going, 5 years.
Yes.
5 years back in time.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, it's time to get into the DeLorean, turn the time circuits on, get the DeLorean to 88 miles an hour. But before that, we have to go to the enchantment of the Sea dance, prevent our mom from banging us, make sure mom hooks up with dad. Then we have to get to the clock tower to hit the lightning bolt. That way the lightning bolt can give the power to the flux capacitor, which is what makes time travel possible. Then the DeLorean gets up to 88 miles per hour, and we go back to the future. Great Scott. This is heavy. That horror couple.
Oh yeah.
That horror couple.
It's us.
That horror couple. That horror couple. And they talk about horror.
Like and subscribe. So we open up the episode with the chemist being shown the house that she lives in now, by the character of Holden Vaughn.
And we got a little backstory on the chemist. Apparently, her background was she worked for the government.
Mm-hmm.
And she recently got a divorce, and now she's looking to move into this new area.
Yes.
And we actually see the chemist make the pills.
Mm-hmm.
And then we actually see her at the bar where she actually runs into Mickey.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been calling him Mikey. It's actually Mickey.
Mickey, yes.
So, but it is my favorite character. Macaulay Culkin nails it again in this episode. So, Mickey.
Yes, Mickey meets the chemist at the bar, and she invites him back to her house. And
Wasn't Mickey talking about some taint touching?
yeah, he thought that she wanted like a sexual favor from him, and she just wanted to talk to him about the pills and try to convince him to take one of the little black pills, but he said he didn't want to. So she offers him cash instead. She says, every person you bring me, I'll give you $50. That you can get to take this pill.
And she also explained about how they studied creativity, and I think their mission was to knock out the creativity to turn people into zombies. But to do that, you have to understand where the creativity comes from.
In the brain.
And she knew which part of the central lobe or some part of the brain that activated creativity, and she found that these pills stimulate that. Yes. So we learned a lot about that in this episode too, which is awesome. Backstory on the chemist, backstory on Mickey a little bit, how they met, and it made me want to try the taint touching with you.
Oh, God.
What do you say, baby?
So then we see Mickey at a karaoke bar with Karen, and they're just talking. And at first you think he's going to offer her the pill, and it kind of stops there.
Wasn't there some random singer he saw?
Yeah, he ends up seeing the guy on stage singing, so he ends up bringing him back to the chemist, and that guy ends up taking the pill.
Yeah, and then we actually got a background with Belle also. We found out she's a writer, and she's a struggling writer at that.
Yeah, she's a self-published, unsuccessful writer of romance novels.
I actually felt bad for Belle because she was doing some kind of book signing, and nobody was there. There was 3 people there, and on top of that, her husband was a total dick.
Oh, I hated that guy. He was so awful.
We finally got to meet her husband, and he was just rude to her, unsupportive.
Yeah, he's like, you wasted all of our money on publishing these books and doing this book tour. He was so horrible to her.
It's just a terrible way to treat your partner, when they have a dream, they're trying to do something. I mean, that's why I support you with this YouTube channel, Kaylee, and it doesn't matter to me the little subscribers we have or the little bit of views we get on each video. I'm in this with you.
Yes.
And I'm here to support.
Thank you.
No matter what. No matter how many books Belle sells or how little views we get.
Yes.
I'm here.
Thank you.
I did like how we saw the origins of this. I just like the whole origin feeling of this episode. And we did see how Mickey and Belle first met.
Yes.
And we saw how Mickey and Belle, I guess Belle was down from just the way her book tour was going, the way her husband was treating her. And she actually starts talking to Mickey. And she asked him for some coke, I think, or some drugs.
Yeah,
I like how she approached him about it, too. She's like, what did she say? You look like a drug addict?
She's like, you look like a drug addict, no offense.
No, he's like,
I am.
No, he's like, no, I'm taking, I am, but I don't have any coke, but I am a drug addict.
Yeah, he's like, I can give you something else. So we see her in the bathroom, snorting some other drugs, And then he goes back outside with her, and she's like dancing all like crazy, like jiving around. And she's like, "You got anything else? Like, I want to get high. Like, I want to get higher." And he's like, "I don't, but I can take you to somebody who does."
And he takes her to the chemist.
He takes her to the chemist. Yes.
And that's where things get interesting.
Yes.
And meanwhile, over at the chemist house, we see the singer that Mickey sent over there, and he takes the pill. And we knew the whole thing was, if you have talent, it brings out your talent. If you're lacking talent, you just become violent and like bad effects,
bloodthirsty.
Like bloodthirsty, and that appears to be what's happening with this singer. I guess he didn't have the chops to be a singer.
Yeah.
Because we see like his like downfall.
His hair's like falling
which
out.
was totally crazy to see. I mean, what was happening? His
hair's
was
falling out. He was like really sickly pale looking, really skinny. Yeah.
I think Mickey even ran into him. He's like, "You don't look so good, man."
Yeah.
He's like, "Yeah."
So Mickey takes, when Mickey takes Belle back to the chemist wants to first make sure she's talented, so she reads her book first, and she's like, "Wow, you are talented."
She said she almost rubbed one out.
Yeah,
That's
like
how
reading the
good she
romance
was,
novel. Yeah. So she ends up giving her the pill, and she's like, "The only condition is that you have to let me study you." And Belle's like, "Fine." After she takes the pill, she goes back to her hotel room and writes a book overnight.
And it's similar to what happened to Harry.
Yes.
I mean, because she just constantly writes, but she's freaking out a little bit because she's laughing as she's writing because she can't believe this. Like, and what happened? Her husband finally comes back after like being out all night, and she's like, "I wrote an entire book."
Yeah, and he's like such a dick. He's like, "Well, guess what? I went on the Doom tour, and I met a woman, and I had sex with her on the beach twice."
Who would have sex with that old man?
I don't know, but and then she just goes into
He's
a
a
fit
dick
of
anyway. I
yeah.
don't get it.
She goes into and then he tells her, he's like, "Yeah, now I'm gonna pack my bags and I'm gonna go to the hotel room and I'm gonna sleep with her again." So
I think he said "fuck her" again.
He did, but
You
I
trying
was
to clean-
saying
you
it in a
trying to
nice
clean this
way.
up?
Yeah.
You're hoping we get monetized on this channel?
So she goes into a fit of rage. She goes into a fit of rage, breaks a bottle, and like shoves it in his neck, and he's like, "Ugh,"
And it
like,
was a totally like gory ass scene.
yes, it was
brutal.
awesome. And she starts feeding from him.
Oh, she's sucking on his blood. Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I think she reports it back to the chemist too, and she's like, "Okay." And the chemist taking notes. What exactly happened? What exactly happened? What you know?
Yeah, she wants to see all the side effects. So we see the singer at the chemist's house, and he's like, "You got to give me more pills. They're not working. Like, something's happening to me." And she basically says, "Sorry to break it to you, but you're not talented. That's why these things are happening to you. Now get out of my house. Like, I don't want to see you again." So the guy is like, he runs off, and he goes into Lark's little shop, the tattoo artist.
Oh, that's where he gets the coat.
Yeah, and he gets that coat, as you guys will notice, is on one of the pale creatures from the first episode of this season. So that, that's a cool little backstory that we get to see where that, that coat comes from. And then he heads to the graveyard, and he kills his first victim.
Yeah, then the victim has to pray. She's like, "Pray with me."
She's like, "Pray with me over a grave."
Yeah,
Yeah,
and he just eats her.
Yeah, instead he
It's
feeds
pretty
on
wild.
her. Yeah.
Marty, then we go back to the future in 2 years from now.
We see Belle as a much different person in the 2-year time jump. That she's very confident, she's different, she's talking with Lark about they're trading stories about how they killed their past lovers, because they're both on the pill. And then she leaves Lark's little shop, and she's got a whole new wardrobe.
Then we meet Patio Furniture.
AKA Austin, AKA Evan Peters.
Patio Furniture. I like
Yeah.
that name.
I thought it was pretty creative.
Oh, and he makes a sexy chick, I must say.
Yeah. And like he's sitting with the other drag queens at this bar, and they're making fun of him. They're being so mean to him.
Drag queens aren't my thing, but with Evan Peters, I would hit it.
Yeah.
I would. Big fan.
The other drag queens are being really mean to him, and he goes on stage and just like his little song, and we see.
Well, Belle's watching this whole thing, and I
mhm.
think Belle gets the idea. He does have potential.
Yeah, let me make him my protege.
Right? Doesn't Belle walk up to him and just hand him?
Yeah, she hands him a drink, and then she's like, "And if you want to get really high," and she hands him the little black pill, and he's just kind of like, "Screw it," and he like takes the pill.
Right. I don't even think he realized what he took.
No, he didn't know. He just did it.
And then those drag queens that were being totally rude, they get what's coming to them because they get a visit from Patio Furniture and Belle.
Yeah.
So, and that could be why this is called Blood Buffet, because they totally tear that place down.
Yes, all of them but one. And one of the drag queens runs off, And this person actually runs into the cemetery, and they are eaten by the pale creature.
The singer that couldn't sing. Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's feeding on the last person, the last guy that got away.
Yeah. And this actually, at the end of the episode, actually took place on Halloween, which is really awesome.
Yeah, I really like this episode. Like it gave us the origin story of all the characters. It told us what happened before Harry and his family moved in. So yeah, I really liked it, and it gave us a little bit of information about the creation of this
The pill,
the black
yeah.
pill. Yeah.
No, it was my favorite episode so far. I loved that we got to see the backstory for Belle and Austin and Mickey and the chemist. I thought it was great.
Well, I liked all 3 episodes so far, but I feel like this one kind of like gave it more of a story behind it. It kind of like elevated, like if I liked it already, but it kind of elevated the whole story now. So now I'm like, oh, that's why this happened. That's why this happened.
Yeah, no, we loved it. It was so good. If you guys have seen this episode, please comment down below. Let us know your thoughts on the season so far. Like this video, hit the bell, subscribe to our channel for more awesome horror content and reviews.
We don't want to be like that lady on her book tour.
No. Once again, I'm Kayla Kaylin Har, and
I'm Rob James, and let me know in the comments your thoughts on Back to the Future. It's a classic film.
that too. Sure.
It's time travel.
Yeah. We'll see you guys next time.
Great Scott! Yo, it's time to get into the DeLorean, turn the time circuits on, get the DeLorean to 88 miles an hour. But before that, we have to go to the enchantment under the sea dance, prevent our mom from banging us, make sure mom hooks up with dad. Then we have to get to the clock tower to hit the lightning bolt. That way the lightning bolt can give the power to the flux capacitor, which is what makes time travel possible. Then the DeLorean gets up to 88 miles per hour, and we go back to the future. Great Scott! This is heavy.